Hi guys, welcome back to another daily tarot card. These are your daily tarot cards for Tuesday, January 24, 2023. Today we're pulling from the Maccabee tarot cards. So we're starting off with the Five of Cups. Maybe you're feeling in a depressive state. Um, in Canada, January 25th is Mental Health Day, but I feel like it's just like things are coming up from the past. I know like before I was like done posting on TikTok, I said I'm sick of surviving these things, you know? I understand that we have to go through things in life where we learn lessons, but these deep traumas that, have been something that's been in my life. Childhood, Shane's passing, dad's passing, these intense things that we have to, where periods of time are lost to it, And you feel like you're robbed, because it's just like that period of time is gone, but I feel like it's like do the things that make you happy. And I feel like this is where, especially because it's over our head, and I feel like we're dealing a lot with the crown chakra and the third eye, because you see with the Wheel of Fortune there. I feel like it's like, concentrate on what you still have. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy to slip in those things, and it's, you know what I mean? But it's just like we have to still live life. Like, we can never prevent these situations from happening. Sometimes it's the cost that we pay for love, where we have these people and you always think that they're going to be with you, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I feel like with us it's so deeply ingrained, because you know you wake up and this is what you've been nurtured and grown and used to growing up, and you wake up and these people are always there, so you know I feel like with this, and I definitely feel like this with my someone that I'm close to. I'm just like, they're also deeply thinking, and it's just like double Aquarius energy, but it should be a time of celebration. It's Chinese New Year, and that's one thing we got to realize, and kind of kick ourselves out of that energy where it's just like, hey, like, yeah, we're feeling sorry for ourselves, which is allowed. You're allowed to feel sorry for yourself, but not where you're a martyr, where you're just like you're making everyone else feel a certain way because certain things have happened to you. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's why a lot of us stop sharing so much on Facebook, because we all realize like nobody cares. Like, they want to see the drama, they want to pop the popcorn and see all the drama unfold in your life, but anything else they don't care. Like, you're happy, ugh, that's boring. They want Maury Povich is what they're saying. But I feel like with the Two of Cups, it's just like concentrate on the things you still have. Like, yeah, you could feel that way. We're deeply going in. We're getting quiet. But I feel like going deep within. It's like, you know what? It's okay for you to take time to rest and rejuvenate. It's okay that all the things don't get done that you're supposed to get done. You know what I mean? It's just like, even with myself, you could still hear it in my voice, recovery. You know, and it's just like, you know try to get as many, like, even now it's like my body is recovering, but my head is like going a mile a minute. That's like, we could get this done, we could get this done, we could get this done. You know what I mean? But it's just like, dang, like, like, I was even telling my kid, literally, I was just like, I need you guys to recuperate, because unfortunately they caught not as intensely as me, thank God. I didn't even want them to catch it at all, but kids, you tell them to stay away, they want to come near you. But it's like, you need to recuperate, because I cannot babysit you, like I used to. Not babysit, but you know what I mean? Like, when your child is under the weather, it's like you sit with them, you put the cool cloth on their head, you turn it over, you make sure they're good, you read beside them or watch your phone beside them and take care of them. And I'm like, I can't do that now. Like, you guys got to sit there and, rest and listen to me. Sit there, lay in your bed, watch your videos, relax, take a nap, do the things that will recuperate your body quicker. It's just like, they know that when you have to work, so many jobs, it's just, you don't have time to do that no more. It's just like, you guys got to sit there and realize, I had a couple days off, I could take care of them, but now it's back to the grind. you know it's like, what can, that's life. But I feel like, with this star card, I feel like this is a positive omen. Even, if you think of Medusa, how much she went through it, she was seen as this beautiful enchantress, and she, didn't do anything wrong, and she was cursed, you know, by another woman that she actually worshipped, but it's just like she was doomed to be alone, because anytime she looked at anyone, she would turn them to stone. But I feel like it's just like, with the star card, I feel like after a rough patch, I don't feel like it was so much a rough patch. I just feel like, yeah, like I had a cold. Like, what can I do? It screwed up my week because I had plans. It didn't happen. It's like, what can I do? You know what I mean? It's just, it is what it is. It's like, the next time I get an opportunity to get some stuff done, I'll get it done. Can't beat yourself up. Six of Cups? This is so me right now. Not six, but three. But it's just like, right now you got to nurture yourself. You got to take in all you can. So it's like I got my cup of water with, I have my, you can see back there. It's like, I got my wheatgrass in there and all the good stuff in there. And it's just like, put some vitamin C. It's like trying to boost up my immune system just to, you know what I mean? The worst thing you could do is just not take care of yourself when you're under the weather. It's like we're purging things. Wheel of Fortune, a suck situation moves forward, but I feel like this is where they're saying intensity. But I feel like with the third eye, it's like maybe you're going to get messages of things that are going to come in here. You know what I mean? This week is going to define the rest of the year. I feel like, I'm trying to learn something right now. It's just like, it's been brought to my attention. They were talking about like what your purpose was. I always was told that I had healing hands. So it's like, you know what I mean? Trying to get into that, understand it, respect it, learn the history of it. But I feel like it's just like, it's Chinese New Year, and it's like, the biggest thing is like, the water rabbit. It's like learning to be patient. You know what I mean? They're like patient in your thoughts, patient in your how things turn out. Like I literally posted this last night, and I was just like, being patient, letting Yeshua, Yahweh unfold the things that are supposed to. Whomever you believe in. And believing in yourself. It's just like things will happen. The more you put energy into something, it will turn out a certain way. As long as you're doing things that are not harming anyone. Obviously, we have to make some sacrifice in life where, sometimes we got to work two jobs because it's just like your passion is what drives you, and the other is like where you want to be. You want the two of them to come together. You want the financial endeavors and your passion to come together. You know what I mean? Even Judge Judy says that. Find what you're good at and try to find a way to make money off of it because it'll never feel like work. Sometimes it does get tedious, like when you do dailies and you're doing multiple readings a day and stuff like that, and then life on top of it, it can get tedious. But that's like, okay, you need a break. You need to sit there and take time out for yourself. You need to bring your, they're saying like a chakra cleansing, like a chi cleansing, like, cleansing your life. I feel like a lot of us feel that, and I'm not just the only one. Like, even my girlfriend was talking about like this purge. She's like, I'm not afraid to purge things anymore. And I'm like, I feel the exact same way. I'm like, that's that's a couple of things I wanted to do is like go through this area and this area while, we had this time. But, unfortunately, other plans were in place. This Four of Cups and, emotion. That's why I'm like, you gotta, even though Aquarius, even look at the zodiac sign symbol itself. You know what I mean? Aquarius is all about, higher levels of thinking. We had the High Priestess yesterday. And that's why I'm like, I feel like there's like this hangover energy from retrograde where it's like we feel sorry for ourselves, and it's not in a bad way. It's just like, you wish things could be a little bit different. But that's why I feel like the year doesn't really technically start. Like, think about work. A lot of people went on holiday. You know what I mean? People well, people went on holidays. Maybe you were on holiday like during the Christmas season. People waited until everyone was back, and now they went on holiday. You know what I mean? I feel like the year doesn't really start until like February, like, or this last week of January. It's just like where things trying to sort of get back to normal. You know what I mean? And it's just like, that's why I feel like they're saying this week will define the rest of the year, where it's just like, the 24th was last year, where they said that week was going to define the rest of the year. So we'll see how that works. I think it'll be Thursday's cards, to tell you the truth, though. But we'll see how it unfolds. But it's like, I feel like, especially with this card, it's like, trying to bring something in forcefully. And I feel like that's why that information came out with the rabbit. Is like that patient energy, thinking with our higher self. You know what I mean? We got the High Priestess yesterday. Even with the Five of Cups, yesterday we had the Death card. Person, place, or thing. So I feel like there's a purge going on. I feel like it's your environment to bring that chi back in. So like Clothes you know what I mean? You haven't worn them in years. I think it's time to get rid of them. You know what I mean? Even myself, I'm just as guilty because, like, you know what I mean? I come from a place where it's just like they're still good. You could still wear them. Like, they still fit and everything. It's just like, you bought nicer things, and it's just like it's hard to get rid of it because it's just like, you know, that anxiousness. If you get rid of them, you may need them someday. You know what I mean? And it's just like you had them and you got rid of them. I feel like that way with clothes. It's just like I sat there and I was just like, I'm gonna put away the baggy pants and start wearing this. You know what I mean? And it's just like I outgrow it. You know what I mean? And then I want to go back to the baggy pants again. So it's just like, it just depends who you are. It's just like, sometimes, yeah, that's a good idea to put that stuff away because you go back to it. You know, but I feel like some things it's just it's time to let it go. But I feel like it's like kind of rushing something into our life. It's like with the four cups, it's like we're not content on where things are in life. We force something to happen. This is kind of like the mold and mouse house for me. And I just wanted peace and harmony. And forcing that hand when it's like the universe was screaming like stop, you know? Just stay be patient. And I forced things to happen and it's just like ugh, you know? So it's just being patient. I feel like that with that rabbit it's just like even when you think about rabbits they're quick, they're smart, but they were talking about the hair with me. They're sitting there and they're like the knowledge of it, it's not so much of his their ability to run really fast and all that, but it's just like their wit. They're showing the ears perked up, so we're listening. You know what I mean? This is where I feel like clairvoyance, clairaudience. Even the Ten of Crystals, it's like the mind is exploding, and it's just like maybe you are into the healing arts. Maybe your mind is blown. It's like you're shocked. Like someone's words, like when they tell me that I had healing hands this is a long time ago, you know, that I have magic hands, and I was just like, okay, I just, I didn't think nothing of it. But now that I'm drawn to what I'm drawn to, I'm just like, okay, you know, like I said, I don't know if this is going to be something that sticks or anything like that because I haven't really delved into it yet. But I'm always drawn to it. I feel certain things around it. So I'm excited to see what it brings. I'm excited to offer it to people that I read for all the time. It's just like, to see how it works and if that's something they would be into, you know, offer it as a service, down the line. They're showing 6 months, so who sees what happens, you know? But I definitely feel like, this expansion is happening, but I definitely feel like, if you want it to be a part of your life, it will be. It's just like anything, you know? Anything new that comes into your life, being a parent, it's like we don't know what the heck we're doing. Even when they're older. Oh my gosh. It's like this is why it takes a village, because it's like, you don't understand everything. How could you? You've never experienced it before, but you still feel certain ways about it. You know what I mean? Anything like a new job. The longer you're at it, the better you get, the more confident you get. You know, it's just watch your energy right now, where you're putting your thoughts, especially your energy. You don't want to waste it on stupid thoughts. It's like, oh, like even me, like I said, my body is recuperating. I can still smell it in me. So it's just, it's coming out now, but it's just like, I know that, even though I feel better, it's like, I got to be careful. I don't want to go onto the brink of exhaustion where I end up getting, sliding back even worse. I got to be careful. Like isn't that the worst thing we always do to ourselves? Even with medication, it's like we start feeling good, we stop taking the medication, even though it says take it for 7 days. We'll take it for 4. Oh, I feel great. What happens? You end up feeling worse because you didn't finish the medication. So it's just like with anything, it's just taking your time with yourself. Being patient. Body, mind, soul, all of it takes time to heal. You know, sometimes the journeys are longer than others. You know, and it kind of sucks. It kind of feels like our time is being robbed, but it's just like find those beautiful things to be happy for. Chinese New Year always makes me happy. I kind of saw something on my stories that kind of made me upset, but it's just like, you know, one thing is just like, yeah, it's Chloe's birthday. We had to rehome her and I feel like crap, but it's just like literally in a couple of days, it's Sunny's birthday, My son actually said that. It's like God took a little bit of that Chloe, a little bit of Maiden, a little bit of Odin, and put it into Sunny. And it's just like the fact that I could see that her birthday is days around Sunny's is just like crazy and mind blowing. So we're gonna start off with the Five of Cups. Grief, great sadness. You've suffered a great loss and feel though you'll never experience happiness again. And a lot of people feel that way, and I feel like that's why I'm thankful to Ed, where he sat there and it's like he talks about his journey. He literally just posted this weekend the anniversary passing of his wife. Now he's married years later. He's now in a place in his life where he can now, instead of being sad, he could celebrate her and honor her the way that he always wanted to, where it's just like, how grateful are we to have them as long as we did. And that's where it clicks, the change over, where it's just like, yeah, we could sit there and always live in that dark energy, or we could crush up that dark energy, use it for something positive, like my son did, and use it to look at things in a positive way. He's been saying that for weeks, for months. It's like God took a little bit piece of Chloe and did this and Sunny. God took a little piece of Maiden and put this into Sunny. With Odin. It's like, even though it killed me, I physically felt ill what happened, but it's just like I had to put a roof over my kid's head, and that, you know what I mean. But I know how much it hurt my kids. It hurt me. It's like in the worst situation, it's like things got worse. But it's just like that sacrifice, it was able to open so many other things that turned into positive. Because I got to put my kids first. As much as I love those, if I could, I would have brought them with us. But it was a 16-hour trip. You know what I mean? I have relatives that are deathly sick of cats. It's just, when you love fur babies, like they are always a piece of you. Doesn't matter how many years go past, they're always a piece of you. Everything hurts and you're not sure where to go next. You're constantly told to move on, but taking a moment to sit on your grief and give it space can be the best choice. That's the thing. People want you to move forward because they feel uncomfortable in the energy, because they don't understand it. You're feeling a certain way and it's like they don't know what to say. That's fine. You haven't experienced it. But the thing is, don't rush people forward. Let them deal with it in their time. You cannot tell them like, oh, well, it's done. It's in the past. Well, no, it's not, because it's always a part of you. When you truly love someone, it's always ingrained into your everyday life, And it's just learning to, like my son did, sit there and crush up that negative energy and turn it into something positive. Yeah, we're all freaking sick over the fact that we had to rehome our babies. But the thing, at the same time, we did the best thing for them. They are in beautiful homes. They're with people that love the living poop out of them, just like we did. The best thing we could have done. And when the timing was right, we were blessed with Sunny. So, it's like looking at the positive. I did the best thing I could for my kids at that time. Allow yourself to feel the emotions before you force yourself to move through them. And it's not even forcing yourself to move through them. It's just learning, especially like the star card. After a rough patch, you're going into a time of peace, a time of healing, a time of manifestations being answered. This is, again, where the rabbit energy of Chinese Lunar New Year comes in, where it's like being patient and being the hare, being understanding. They're focusing on the ears, clairvoyance, clairaudience. They're saying yesterday, listen to your own voice in a positive light. When it's talk, and that's where the tricky thing comes in. When it's your own voice telling you nasty things, and it's like, no, that's just the shadow side. You got to sit there, and it's like, I even told myself, it's like, you know what, you haven't slept properly in almost a week because of the fever. You know what I mean? So it's just like, don't pay it no mind, because it's not true. I'm like, look what you accomplished last week. Even though the way you felt, you still got how much done. So it's like being kind to yourself. People may see it like that. That's fine. It ain't their life. The star, self-healing, self-care. The star is your reminder or your to tend to your earthly body and spirit. So they were saying like a meditation yesterday. Only when you take care of yourself can you be fully fulfilled. You have survived great trauma and are stronger for it. Now is the time to rest and recover. So, like I said, even though, the fever is gone by the grace of Yeshua and Yahweh, you know, it's just like, you know, sitting there and being, you know, smart about it, saying, like with myself, I could still smell it. So it's like I still have something in me that needs to come out. So I'm not gonna, I'm gonna try and get so much done, in a day. But at the same time, it's like I know there's 2 winter storms coming. You know what I mean? I'm gonna need my energy this week. So it's not pushing myself. Go to bed on time. Get the nutrients that I need while I'm awake. Still making sure that I'm taking the proper medications to purge this stuff out of me. You know? So it's being kind with yourself and realizing, you know what, there's only so many hours in a day. We still need rest and rejuvenation. And I feel like this Six of Cups is exactly like that. It's like we need to pull in, put everything we need into ourselves right now. He's wearing a mask over his face. You know what I mean? And it's being smart, thinking with your higher self. I'm recuperating. I've gone through something. You know what I mean? These are the things that I need in my life right now. And that's that. Taking it easy with yourself. People don't understand, that's fine. It ain't their life to understand. So memories, healing. You're finding connections to your past. Your childhood helps shape who you are, and you don't have to outgrow that. Nurture your inner child. Find activities you enjoy when young and try them again. Reveal experiences for the nostalgia. I feel like, especially with me, it's always been the beach. Since I was a child, going to the beach, that was one of my fondest memories. Building, I was really good at, we would sit there and get the water and make the sand wet, and I was able to make it look like a person laying in the sand. I sat there and I built this person, and they were just like, oh my gosh, I thought I got seaweed and everything. It made it look like a real human being laying, sunbathing in the sun. Most peaceful place you can go to. But I feel like with the Six of Cups, it's like doing things that make you happy. Maybe like with myself, it's like dressing a certain way. We didn't have a lot of money when we were growing up, so it's like, I like things that have skulls on it. I love, Frankenstein. I love Bride of Frankenstein, all that kind of stuff. The things that make you happy. Do what makes you happy. You're not hurting anybody. Continue doing what things that bring you happiness. You're not hurting nobody. As long as you're doing it smartly, You're not sitting there and wasting all your money on nonsense and not paying your bills and being responsible. Do little things that make you happy. Tattoos. They're showing someone playing pool. Do the things that make you happy. Wheel of Fortune. Stuck situation gets moving forward. Can't help with these 4 bats, so, it could be around the home. You know what I mean? But it's like with this eye, I feel like, visions. We're getting visions of stuff. Shift of luck. Cycle. The Wheel of Fortune is So the funny thing is, we got the Wheel of Fortune as well with this on the 24th. It was Throne Thursday that we pulled. So I'm not sure if this spread here is going to be all about this year, or is it going to be Thursday's cards? We'll see what happens. A major shift is coming, and the Wheel of Fortune is about to turn again. If you've been experiencing a bout of bad luck, it's good news for you. However, if you're on a winning streak, it could be time to prepare for a storm ahead. Nothing lasts forever. I don't like that. It's like, this is going back to Jack and Sally, like last week, I think it was Monday, and it's just like, they're like, only if we could bottle this feeling forever. Like, I don't want to hear that someone's, if you're going through a good streak, like you're like everything's in a great place, you're happy, and then it's like, okay, now it's time for you to be sad. It's like, what? It's like, oh my goodness, can't we all just be happy? Like they say, can't we all just get along? You know what I mean? But I'm like grateful. I like the fact, like, especially with that definition, to the point of like, with the 5 of Cups, it's just like, yeah, we could concentrate on what, especially like I was saying on Instagram, it's like we could concentrate, like, okay, like, this didn't get done, that didn't get done, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, but I still went to work every freaking single day, I battled through it, how the hell I got through Sunday, I don't even freaking know. I don't even know. Grace of God. It's like, that day was the longest freaking day. I felt like garbage, but I got through it, and I felt like every day I started feeling better and better and better. Sunday was the worst, up all night with friggin' night terrors and everything because of the frickin' fever. It's just, you know, it's like you don't know what you're capable until you go through it. Four cups, contemplation. Your cup is running over with opportunities, but it's time to focus your energy inward and meditate. Don't allow yourself to be distracted by all the noise around you. And that's the thing, all the noise around you. And sometimes it's in our head. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel a lot better, but I still have a cough. I still feel like I have it in me, and I know I do. But like they're saying, concentrating inward, concentrating on yourself. It's like, with that Six of Cups there, it's like you're always giving of your cup. You're sitting there here. What do you need? What do you need? What do you need? Okay, now it's time to say to yourself, what do you need? What do you need right now? That's why you need to go inward. You aren't missing out by turning down what is being offered. You're pro you're protesting inner growth. I feel like, like every opportunity isn't necessarily an opportunity. Like, okay, yeah, maybe in a point it is, but is it for your higher self? Is it to better your life? Don't take opportunities out of fear, because then you may end up regretting it. And I feel like that's what that Four Cups is. It's like, you're afraid of missing out. You took it, even though you didn't want it. You went against yourself, and then you're just like, oh, poop, Maybe you're feeling run down and tired, and you're just like, oh, I can rest this week. Maybe you had vacation planned or something. And someone's like, hey, you're off this week. Can you come help me do this? And you're just like, ugh, you really didn't want to, but you do it because of who you are, and it's going against yourself. Instead of saying, listen, I don't feel very good. I'm under the weather. I would love to help you, but not the next week. I need to rest. I need to recuperate. You know what I mean? Like, we always feel like we have to give people answers. We can't just say no. We have to give an explanation, because we feel like they're owed an explanation, But do you get an explanation when they say no? Probably not. Ten of Crystals. Inheritance, family, wealth. Oh, this card has been coming up so much. With no harm to none. You know what I mean? But, I don't like what it comes with it. The generation before you scraped and saved to build a net for you. Yeah, definitely a net. Capture you so you don't escape. You're going to see that coming your way. While inheritance can bring heavy baggage of generational trauma, difficult family ties and loss, it also provides an unexpected financial gain, but all the comforts that are included. They keep saying that, and honestly, it's like, especially if you don't like the person, you loathe them. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, do we really want to go do that? Do you really want to be a part of that? Probably not. So it's like it's trauma again. You know what I mean? But like they said, a storm coming. It's like everybody wants to have or thinks that some financial gain comes with the passing, and what you have to emotionally go through, that stays with you long after it's gone. It ain't worth it, honestly. Especially if you're a deep thinker. I think the biggest thing for yourself is going in, especially because the fact that it's like crystals and it's coming expanding the mind. Sometimes it does take a passing of someone for you to actually come into this ability of clairvoyance and clairaudience. You know, just be kind to yourself right now, especially if you've, gone through a cold, maybe worse. I always say under the weather. You don't want to sit there and put that out in the universe, bad juju, Take your time with yourself, recover, heal. Put one foot in front of the other. That's all you can do, Sometimes we want to get a zillion things done, but we can't. We got to sit there and rest and rejuvenate. You got to look after yourself. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Tuesday, January 24th, 2023. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next Daily Tarot card. Bye.